So the Festive Vegan and Plant Powered Show joined forces with the SA Chefs Association to find incredible young talented chefs around South Africa. And let me introduce you to Hope from Soweto, who works at the Saxon. Welcome, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Please will you tell us what you are making for us today?
So what I will be making for you today is a vegan entremet that goes with a salted caramel ice cream and a honeycomb. So how I came up with this dish was an inspiration from my grandmother. She used to actually make us some trifle back when we were growing up, and for me it used to bring us together as a family, you know.
That's so lovely.
So with me, I actually decided to go with this type of dish and to showcase the culinary skills that I've learned throughout my career. So with this dish, I got influence from my culinary trip to France, which was last year. Went for a masterclass actually.
Oh wow,
and,
amazing.
Yes, and went there and they taught me all these techniques, how to cook certain things. And with that, I decided to take that knowledge and to bring it into this dish that I'm about to showcase right now.
A vegan dish,
Yes, a
version,
vegan dish.
inspired by your grandmother's amazing trifle that she made when you were young.
Correct.
Incredible.
And also with that, for the fact that it's my grandmother also, and it's vegan, plant-based, you know. So I was thinking of, in terms of health-wise, I just thought that I could create something for her that wouldn't affect her health in a dramatic way, you know.
Yes.
Something that she could also enjoy and really not worry about her health that much. Because everybody is big on health right now. So
Yes,
far.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So should we get going? What do we
Let's.
start with?
So what we're starting with is peach compote. I actually added a bit of the chocolate mint herb. So how I made the peach compote is basically just a mixture of diced peaches with pectin NH, some sugar, and a bit of water. The reason why we use pectin NH is for it to actually combine and come together a bit. Yeah. So
you're just spooning it into our mold over here?
yes, I'm just spooning it into the mold. I'll just put about half of the mold, yeah.
Okay.
I'd say like 4 teaspoons.
All right.
4 teaspoons, yes.
Perfect. And how long does it take for you to make the base?
The entire
That you
peach compote.
Yes, the peach
It
compote.
takes roughly about 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, so very quick.
Yeah, 10 minutes is very quick.
So what's next?
What's next is our chickpea sponge, which I've made using chickpea flour, corn flour, blackstrap molasses, and some applesauce. So how I did it was I took a bit of influence from Italians. What I did was I just decided to make like a syrup, and then what I did was I just whisked it together, and then straight after that I folded in my flours into the mixture.
Okay.
And that's how it came out.
That's it over there.
Yes.
So it's basically gluten-free as well because you're using chickpea
Yes,
flour.
it's chickpea flour.
Nice
It's
nuttier
all
flavor
just
almost.
plant-based, yes, that's what it is, yes. Okay. And then now that we've had that, what I'm going to follow with is the almond biscuit. So how I made the biscuit is a mixture of coconut oil, blackstrap molasses, ground almonds, and a little pinch of salt. And
the salt always
basically
offsets that sweetness just
it
perfectly,
always
getting
does,
that
you know,
balance.
and I like how it just brings the flavors together.
Sounds divine.
How you normally would do it is just to basically mix in all your ingredients till it's like of a coarse sand, and then straight after that you just bake it in the oven at for 20 to 25 minutes, just so it's still golden brown.
At 180?
I'd say 160.
But cooler,
Yes,
okay,
cooler,
perfect, yes.
Thank you.
So that's our third layer going in.
Yes.
So we just did the third layer. What is the next
Yes.
step?
The next step will be the chocolate mousse, which I used actually using aquafaba. Aquafaba is basically the liquid from canned chickpeas, and it actually makes a good substitute for any egg replacement that you want to use.
It's brilliant.
Because it's actually good for mousses and everything. It actually, when you whisk it, it almost looks like it's in whisked egg whites.
It thickens up.
Yeah, it thickens
Incredible.
up. Yeah.
I know you can use it to make mayonnaise as well, for example, and
Anything.
meringues.
Yes, that's how vital it is. It goes in anywhere, and it actually works well.
Incredible. It's a nice way to also make sure, again, you're using everything. So if you use
Yes.
your chickpeas, that you keep the liquid,
You
whip
keep
it
the
up.
liquid, use everything. You don't have to just throw away the can
Totally.
of water and anything. Yeah. So what we do is we just put about 4 teaspoons
So just layering it into the mold.
Yeah, just laying it into the mold.
That looks beautifully thick and smooth.
Thank you so much.
Perfect.
And then what we'd normally do is we would take what we have with our layers of the peach, the chickpea flour, and the almond biscuit. We'd put that in the freezer, and then straight after that, we would take it and then would normally just squeeze it down into the chocolate mousse till it covers the sides.
Okay.
Obviously, it's gonna pop up at the
Yes.
top, but then it's fine. You just layer it down with your spatula, and then you just pop it back into the freezer. And then after popping it back into the freezer, and then it'll be ready for our putting the glaze on top. And then
Okay.
straight after that, we'll start plating our vegan entremet dessert.
Amazing.
So I have a prepared chocolate log that's already got the mousse, that's already set, and I'll just bring it out. All right, so Amy, what follows next is the chocolate glaze, which are made using dark chocolate, cocoa powder, blackstrap molasses, coconut milk, and a little bit of agar actually, because agar we use it because it's a substitute for your gelatin. Yeah, and it's a very good substitute when it comes to having to substitute it with gelatin. So what we're gonna do is we're just
Sounds
gonna
rich
pour
and
it all
delicious.
over, and very good.
Wow, that looks beautiful. Dark and delicious.
Oh yes, just like that. Okay, we just make sure that all the sides are covered.
Yum.
And then that's how we do it. And then after this, what we're going to do is we're going to set it. And as soon as it's set, then it'll be time for us to actually plate the dish.
So I see the glaze has set beautifully. Tell us what the next step is to finish off this beautiful dish.
Yes. So the next step to finish off the dish is to just plate the components together. And then there we go.
And enjoy it.
Yes.
So let's start.
All right. So what we'll start with the chocolate entremet. So I'll just take it off the severe. Just put it on
Oh,
there.
that looks so chocolatey and delicious. Yum.
Okay.
There we go.
And what would follow next will be our peach apricot, peach compote that has some chocolate mints inside.
So it's the same compote that we used in the beginning.
In
just
the beginning,
to layer
yes.
the base. So it's just getting that flavor. Oh, it looks so pretty.
And yeah, that's also the other reason, just to give it some color, you know. Yeah.
So you're just pressing it down lightly.
Yes, I'm just pressing it down lightly, so that it just forms that nice circle, you know.
Very beautiful. I'm watching this technique so I can remember to plate this at home. I might be giving you a little phone call when I make this for the family.
That's not a problem.
Oh, that looks lovely. So I love the color, and you can see the bit of the green from the herbs.
Yeah, from the chocolate herb. And then straight after that, what will follow will be our almond, leftover biscuit of the almond. We just crush it into a crumb, just put it next to the side, just so that when we put our ice cream on, it can just set nicely, so that it doesn't just go all over.
So I love how you've just crushed that biscuit. I mean, do you just basically put it, what's the best way to crush it? Just taking a wooden spoon, or how do you do it?
What I did specifically with this one is to just break it with my hands and
Okay.
just crush it, or you can use a wooden spoon.
Because it's really nice and fine.
Yeah, or you can put it in a vacuum pack bag
Yes?
and then just
Yeah,
hit it
that's
with
a-
the wooden spoon, and then
So biscuits
yeah.
don't go flying everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
It really looks beautiful. I like all the different elements in the plate, how you've doubled up with the different flavors.
Yes. And then what will follow next would be our honeycomb, which I used basically using palm sugar, bicarb, and a bit of water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's your vegan honeycomb.
Yes. So what we'll do is we'll just take the small pieces
Yes.
and we'll just place them onto the log right here.
And you can just place them kind of in any order, just scattering
Yes,
them
just
around.
scattering them around.
They look so pretty. They're like really
They don't
dark
have to
golden.
be, yeah, you know, they don't have to really be so uniform.
Can I taste one of them?
Yeah, sure.
Beautiful and sticky and very much like honeycomb. Amazing.
Yes, thank you so much.
Incredible.
And then straight after that, what will follow will be our ice cream, which we're going to put just right on the crumb. Okay, there we go.
And what ice cream is that?
This is a salted caramel ice cream actually, which I made using palm sugar, coconut cream, almond milk, and blackstrap molasses. And what I do is almost make it like a normal normal ice cream. Make an anglaise actually using the coconut cream, and then what I do is I caramelize my sugar first, and then after caramelizing my sugar, I deglaze that with the coconut cream, and then I add all the ingredients together, just reduce it a bit, just so that it's of a thick consistency, just so that when you churn it, also when it's after freezing it, and then when you churn it, it's nice and thick. And,
it looks beautiful. It's so
creamy.
smooth, and sprinkle of salt inside as well.
Yes, definitely. Sprinkle some Maldon salt in there, and it's all good.
Well, it looks magnificent.
And that's how it looks.
Can't wait to tuck into that. Thank you so much, Hope, for sharing your beautiful dessert recipe with us.
It's a pleasure. It was a pleasure to actually just share my rendition of my dessert that I grew up with, that my grandmother used to make for me, and I'm just so glad that I could actually share it with all of you.
Yes, thank you. I'm sure she'll be very proud. Thank you.